Now I would like to explain the concept names and namespaces in Python. But really the names is not in Python. The concept only the namespace is in Python. But for our understanding, first of all, I would like to discuss what do you mean by the name. We know that the Python is an object-oriented programming language. Anything in Python can be considered as a one object. What do you mean by the name means we can assign a label for each and every object within the Python. For example, I would like to use the value 2. The 2 is assigned with the label A. Then we are saying that A equal to 2. That means the value of A equal to 2. In other way, the name of the object 2 is A. What happen when we are going to be do this? That means actually there is a memory location. In memory location, the object 2 is stored. To access this object, we are assigned the name A. We also know that the memory location would have an unique number known as address, that may be 1, 2, 3, 4. In otherwise, suppose I consider this is a human being. To call this body or this call this object, we are going to be assign the name known as Venkat, like that. So in Python, each and every object are labeled. The objects may be variables or functions or methods or keywords or objects, anything else, anything. Each and every one, each and everything should be labeled. These labels are known as the names. I write the same. Please observe the friends. Name is simply name given to the object. Everything in Python is an object. Name is a way to access the underlying object. How we are accessing the objects, how we are going to be call this function with his name, how we are going to be access the value to by its a variable name. Okay, I, I write the same example below. For example, I am define the value 2, object value 2, and I assign a name to it as A. Now, what we are going to be explain, that is the A is stored in a memory location and the name of the memory location is A and the value of the value 2 is stored is the same or not. We can observe practically. To access the address, the both refer the same. I am using the id function A equal to 2. Now I print sorry id of A, sorry id of A. So this is only the comment, sorry, the string as is print id of A. In the same way, I print id of 2 comma id of 2. Okay friends, please observe. So the both has the same address. So it refers that there is a memory location. In that memory location, name is A and the object or data value 2 is also stored in the same memory location. Hence, the ID can access the same address of the memory location. Okay friends, now to explain the object oriented concept and the how the Python is a more flexible language, I will change the example a little bit. Here also I am consider a value to print id of a, and then I will increment the a value by 1. Now I can access the id of a and id of 3. Now I again consider one more variable b, the value is 2, or I assign the same object to, for the same object to, I assign the another label b. I will check id of b and id of 2. Okay friends, to speed up our execution, I simply copy this code to the online interpreter, right? So please observe this. I write a equal to 2. I print id of a and I increase the a value. Now a value is 3. Now I print the id of a and id of 3. Again I am assigning the uh, label b to the same object 2, which is already there, right? And id of b and id of 2. What happened? Please observe, I will explain. Don't be confused. So please observe friends, id of a equal to 5120. This object is created. A, that means A is not created, 2 is created, and its name is A. Again, in the above, the object 2 is already there. So B, id of B and id of 2. So these two last two statements are the same. That means again the new memory location is not created for B. Suppose first of all we can understanding like that. The first A object is created and its name is A, and then we are assigned the name B. So there are the same addresses for the object 2 and object B and object A. After that, we are increasing the value of A. Then what happened? Now, A, we write A equal to A plus 1. Now the A value is turned as the 3. That means the value 3 is stored in another memory location. Now this reference is breaked with this memory location, and the label A refers the new memory location. Hence, after increasing the A value, please observe carefully, the id of 3 and id of A is changed 15251525152. Okay friends, because the previous reference is break up with the object 2 by the label A, and the label A refers the new object 3. I can explain with the same in a diagram. Please observe, starting A value to object value 2 and it is A. After incrementing, the A refers the new object 3, but object 2 is also be existed without label. Now when I am created B equal to 2, the no new memory location is created, right? And because in previous it true, here like that no new memory location is created, the same object referred by B. So this is known as binding. The Python can support dynamic binding property of the object oriented programming. So with the help of the dynamic binding, we are reusing the objects. In other way, we are not creating the any duplicate objects. Okay friends, this is about the names in the Python. Now I come to the actual concept. What is the namespace? Okay friends, the namespace means all these names are stored at one place. What are the names? The names of the data objects, the names of the functions, the names of the errors or the names of the exceptions, the names of the keywords, all are stored at one place. When these namespace is loaded into our interpreter, when we start the interpreter, these are we are not created, all these are available with the Python interpreter in defaultly, hence we are going to be call them as the built-in namespace. So let us consider this is the namespace. Suppose we are creating a equal to 2, a is available, the name of the object 2 is available, and I am creating the some function def sum x comma y. These are the arguments. The keyword def is stored in the namespace. The function name sum is stored in the namespace. The argument values x and y also stored in the namespace. Python can giving certain certain namespaces defaultly, such as keywords, function names, built-in functions like that. So such a namespace is known as built-in namespace, right? So I write here simply the names is a collection of the namespace is a collection of names. In Python, we can imagine namespace is mapping every name where is defined to the corresponding object. Suppose a2 is an object value and a is a corresponding name. A is available in namespace, right? Different namespaces can coexist because in Python we are going to be not only use the built-in namespaces, we are also creating our own variables, our own user defined functions like that. Suppose for ease of understanding, here I am going to be write that suppose the entire thing is the namespace, the entire box is a namespace. The namespace is divided into the again other spaces, such as suppose the Python defaultly provide names are stored in built-in namespaces. Suppose the program has a set of blocks. All suppose a variable or the function may be stored in the global namespace. Suppose when the program is written like the blockwise or module wise. Suppose when write the program, one block is enclosed within the other block. Suppose there is any function or variable in the enclosing block, that scope or that namespace is stored in enclosing, right? Suppose in a block we are going to define the local variables or local functions. This is known as the local namespace. The big box or the big container is simply namespace. The namespace is again divided into the four categories. We are already discussing about this in the under the title of the scope of the variables. Hence, Python can support four types of the scopes for any object, not only variable, for any object, as well as we can say that the Python can support four types of the namespaces for each and every object. The lowest one is the local, the next one is the enclosing, the next one is the global, and final one is the built-in. The names which are available in built-in are automatically included or embedded to our program, right? Okay, friends. So this is the built-in. I am also here keep one diagram, right? So I hope you can understand this concept, how many namespaces and how we are going to print the objects in the namespace. I am going to write one thing, simply print simply dir, right? You can observe that there are several things. file, documents, built-ins like that, and name also. Now I print name. So what are the names? Some directory, mod, mulni, new, some names of the things, objects which we are going to be using in Python are there. Some names are built-ins. What are the built-in namespace consisting of? What are the objects? Built-ins. The built-in namespace consisting of these objects: error, uh, any keyword, ABS, and some exceptions like that. Okay, friends. I hope you can understand this one. This document is also be linked or enclosed in the description of this video. Okay, thank you.